Hi, I'm Mike McDermott, Dean of the Faculty at Hampden-Sydney College. On behalf of the faculty and the staff on the academic side, I want to welcome you all to Hampden-Sydney. We're very excited you've agreed to join us for this upcoming academic year. I want to give you a couple of introductions to a few things that you should be thinking about as we start to make our journey towards the start of the semester later on this fall. First of all, I would like for all of you to take a look at the academic catalog. You'll find in there a wealth of information, and many times students, when they come here, they don't necessarily go through and look at this, but take the opportunity to do so. We have a core curriculum that is very rich in its breadth of classes that you have opportunities to take. When you're looking at the core curriculum, kind of get an idea of which direction you'd like to go in for a career path. You can look at the courses that are there and kind of dabble in things that you might actually be interested in that also might not be part of the major that you ultimately decide to get into. You may find that you get into a particular course or a course of study that you find is your passion, and it may change your actual direction in life. That's one of the wonderful things about the liberal arts core that we have here. In addition to that, you will have an academic advisor, and I encourage you all to be in constant contact with your academic advisors. You have been or will be assigned a freshman advisor to begin with. All of our students declare their majors in the second semester of their sophomore year. So you've got lots of time to explore different opportunities academically throughout the campus. Your advisor will help you with that, your freshman advisor. And as you end up making your way into a particular major, you may end up with another advisor who you pick, or you can stay with your freshman advisor if you develop a great relationship with them, which more than likely you will. Also, I encourage you, as you start into your classes here, please contact your professors. Say hello, just stop in. That is something that we're very familiar with here. All of us as professors enjoy having our students come by and just talk to us. If you have questions about the class, certainly come by, but also just come by to introduce yourself so we get a better chance to know who you are and what your career and goal aspirations are for your time here. There are other things that you should take advantage of too. If you are working through the semester and you find out that you might be needing a little help in a particular subject matter, we have peer tutors that are scheduled throughout the semester. Please take advantage of those, and also just ask other people for help along the way. My office and the Dean of the Faculty's office is also here to help you with all sorts of academic issues that may come up. If you have difficulties with respect to academics in terms of needing some type of accommodations for classes within the core curriculum, you can speak to our Associate Dean, who's Eric Denmore. He will just be starting as the Associate Dean in July 1st. Currently, it's Jen Vitale. We are here to help you if you have questions about the academic program. Take advantage of talking to the registrar and the people that are there that can help you with class scheduling and other items with that. If by chance you might have some type of accommodation plan, we encourage you to contact the Office of Academic Success, and they can help you with those. And we encourage you to get that done before you come and start classes here. Always, our offices are open. Please come by and stop by and see us. Sometimes we may be in meetings, and so we might have to schedule a time for you to come back and see us, but we're always happy to talk to you. Stop us on the street, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. So again, on behalf of the faculty and the staff on the academic side of Hampden-Sydney College, welcome to Hampden-Sydney. We look forward to greeting you in person soon.
My name is Lisa Burns. I am the fabulous director of the Office of Academic Success. I've been here at Hampden-Sydney College for 14 years now in a variety of capacities, as a mom, as a professional, and as a resident. I love Hampden-Sydney so much, I live right here on campus. So I'm a mother of a current senior at Hampden-Sydney and a current alum who is gainfully employed. We love that. All right, so I'm here today to talk a little bit about the services of our office. Probably what you're most concerned about today is academic advising. So I am responsible for recruiting and training the faculty advisors who will be working with your sons. And so they're currently reviewing the admissions portfolios and making course recommendations based on the department chair placements. And of course, your sons have completed the academic interest survey to provide us with more detailed information so that we're setting up his schedule based on his interest, his skills, and abilities. So if you haven't completed that academic interest survey, make sure you jump onto that student portal and complete that today so that we can be sure that your schedule is ideal to your liking, okay? Now, in addition to the academic advising that we do in our office, academic coaching is a big part of what we do. And what that is it's a 30-minute appointment once a week, much like a class. So you may want to set that up maybe Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, where you come by every Tuesday. You might meet with me, or you might meet with Ms. Lachlan, who is another academic counselor in our office. But whoever you choose to meet with, that will be your academic counselor for that semester. That way we know you don't have to continue to repeat yourself, and we can make sure that we can jump right in and help you strategize on what's going well, what's not going well. One of the best things we recommend is that you take advantage during those first 2 weeks of the term. Go around, introduce yourself to faculty members. Especially your faculty members, right? Sit down in their office hours, talk to them about what you like, find out what they like, get to know them as a person. It only has to be 5 minutes long. But you know what? This makes a big difference because you get a better teacher from that experience. They're tailoring their course examples to your interests. They're making eye contact, making sure that you are understanding what they're saying. I mean, you got to remember sometimes that they can see you too, right? So if you have a quizzical look on your face, they're going to say, let me give you another example, right? And by nature, we reach out to the people that we have a really good relationship with. So getting to know them is a great way to improve your performance in the classroom. It also makes it that much easier when you're struggling to go see them for support, because you realize they're really nice people. They came to Hampden-Sydney because they like working with you. They could be at a big-time research institution where all they do is they're stuck in an office doing research, and you get to work with their TA. No, they're here. They still do research, but you're their top focus. So make sure you take advantage of your faculty members during their office hours. But sometimes faculty members aren't here 24/7. They like to have a life outside of the office. So we have peer tutoring. In our office, we coordinate tutoring across campus. And tutoring is free. That's my favorite 4-letter F word. Parents, I know you appreciate that. Tutoring is done on a drop-in basis. So you would just look at the schedule and you'd say, I need stats tutoring. It's offered Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 8 to 10. And it's going to be over here in the Bortz Library, room 219. So boom, that's where I'm headed, maybe at 8 o'clock on that Tuesday night so that you can get the support you need, okay? Now, we don't hire all the tutors across campus. This is done by different departments, but we coordinate that. We have extensive support in the rhetoric studio too. So you could go to the rhetoric studio if you need help on a paper for your rhetoric course, but also for maybe Western culture, or maybe you have to give a presentation in any one of your other classes. You get to go to the rhetoric studio, and they're open till 11 o'clock every night. So we coordinate tutoring, and you may say, how's my son gonna find out when tutoring is? Well, we make sure we send out an email to all students so it will be in your inbox. We print out copies. They're gonna be in your campus box. And they are posted all over campus. So they're in academic buildings, they're also in the residence halls, so there's really no excuse for not knowing where you could go to get help. But if you're not too sure and you happen to come into the library on a Monday night, I have open drop-in hours every Monday evening from 7 to 9, so you can just swing by and ask me a question. We are here to help you succeed. That's our big goal, okay? So I said we do academic advising, academic coaching, we coordinate tutoring. We also do skills workshops. Skills workshops are held Wednesday afternoons at 4 o'clock, and this is a group session where you can pull on the questions and information from other students, and there's a different topic. Maybe it's goal setting, maybe it's test taking or note taking. Make sure that you look at the schedule. It's 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. We do it consistently so you don't get out of a rhythm. But we want you to come by and get that help because you can really benefit from the questions from your peers as well. Now, if you're not too crazy about those group workshops, again, that's what our academic coaching is for. You can do that on a one-on-one basis if that's what you feel more comfortable with, okay? Now, so we offer those skills workshops. What used to be in our office, which is now recently been relocated, is disability support services. Now, since it's not in our office, we're not responsible for it, but we collaborate very closely with Melissa Wood. Melissa Wood is the new Disability Services Coordinator, and her offices are located over in Student Health. Now, if you were a student who maybe had an IEP or you received accommodations in high school, I'd really love for you to reach out to Melissa Wood and find out what you can do to register for accommodations here at Hampden-Sydney. We want to make sure that we are assessing exactly how much you know and not the impact of maybe an intentional issue or a disability. So we'd love for you to get those documentations in place so when you're here in August, we can get you going from day one, okay? Another group that I'm part of on campus is something called the CARE Team. CARE Team meets every Monday afternoon, and it's made up of different support staff from across campus. We have campus police, student health, student affairs, athletics, the counseling center. We have a whole group of people who are working with your sons. And this is an opportunity for us to bring students of concern to the table. Who are some students who may be particularly struggling, not just in one class, but maybe a few classes, or who may have had an incident on the weekend, or maybe they lost a family member and they're particularly struggling. And this allows us to wrap arms around your son so that we can be monitoring his progress, make sure we have people who are checking in with him so that he can feel supported and feel like he's his best self. Because these are things that are really difficult to go through when you're apart from your family members. And we want them to be considering Hampden-Sydney their new home away from home. We've talked about a lot of the supports that are available at Hampden-Sydney and how maybe things might be different from your high school experience. One thing that's going to be pretty different is something called FERPA. Now, parents, you've probably heard of FERPA. It's Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. And what that means in the K-12 arena is that your son's academic information belong to the parents. Well, in the college arena, it's a little bit different. So your son's information, once he matriculates, belongs to him, even if he's not yet 18. He can be 17 and still be considered a minor, but once he matriculates to Hampden-Sydney, his academic information belongs to him. Now, I know you're saying, oh, Ms. Burns, we pay a lot for this education, and we deserve that information. I hear you. And I really respect that. But it's real important that your son take responsibility for his education, that he takes complete ownership. So I want you to think about something a little bit differently. You're not paying Hampden-Sydney this tuition money. You're gifting your son with tuition money that is coming to Hampden-Sydney. And gentlemen, we're asking you to gift your parents with information that's respectful. They're making sacrifices for you to be here, and we expect you to be open and honest with your parents. Now, parents, you need to ask open-ended questions too, right? Don't just say, how are things going? Because we know he's going to use another 4-letter F word. Fine, right? So if you've seen The Italian Job, you know that FINE stands for freaking out, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. So dig a little deeper. Ask him more specific questions. Hey, didn't you have a paper in your rhetoric class? What was the topic of that paper? Tell me what you thought. What was your thesis, right? And get additional information from your son. You just might even want to, read a book that he's reading for one of his classes so that you can discuss information with him too. Feel like you're part of it since he's no longer at home with you. Now, how else can you help your son prepare for life at Hampden-Sydney? Well, anything you can do to help build his independence and his personal responsibility during these next few months is going to be key. He's going to have to complete a health form, right? So he's going to need a physical. Have him set up the appointment with the doctor. Brainstorm some questions that he needs to ask before you send him off to the visit by himself. Maybe help him learn how to do his own laundry if he's not already doing that. Now, rest assured, these machines aren't too complicated. There's just a few buttons. I think it's, whites, colors, and darks. So, it's pretty simple. But talk him through that process so he feels comfortable. And if he's insecure about how to approach some of his faculty, again, role play a little bit. Ask him some questions and see how he's going to respond. Give him the confidence. and then, you talk it out a little bit so he feels more comfortable reaching out. Parents, we love you. We want to hear from you, but we really want to hear from your sons. So anything you could do to put his education in his hands is going to be greatly appreciated. And it makes that transition to college in the fall that much easier because he has a lot of skills under his belt at that point. All right, now what you're going to find is I've given you a lot of information today, but there's so much more that you might have additional questions about. Again, you can have your sons call us, or if you really want to refer, we have a FAQ that's going to be linked to this page. So check that out for some of our popular questions. Thanks so much.
Welcome. My name is Daniella Widdows. I'm the Director of Global Education and Study Abroad, and I'm delighted you're joining us here at Hampden-Sydney. My job is to encourage you to go away for a little while, actually. Here in the Study Abroad office, we work with international students who are coming here for their bachelor's at Hampden-Sydney, but mostly I work with students who would like to do a program in another location for a short period of time. About 30% of our students study abroad before they graduate, which is a wonderful percentage nationally speaking, particularly for men. And we really do encourage it. It's one of the best opportunities you can take advantage of while you're a student here at Hampden-Sydney. You get to further your education that you're doing here on campus, and you get to make new contacts, take classes we can't offer you here. Studying abroad or studying away is something that really does impress your future employers, as well as those of you who are looking to apply to graduate schools later. You will have heard about our new Compass program here at Hampden-Sydney, the experiential learning requirement that's part of the core curriculum. Many of our programs for study abroad or study away can contribute to this core requirement. It is important to discuss this during the advising process so that we can determine if that's something you want your away experience, your abroad experience to include, that we pick a program that does fit that requirement for you. We've recently sent students on the London School of Economics program, the Semester at Sea program, to Spain, to Austria, all the way to Greece. We had a student this past year who went to Washington, D.C., to the American Universities program there. So there really is just a wide range of opportunities that students can participate in. It's going to depend on where you want to go, of course, but more particularly, what type of experience do you want to have academically, as well as for your personal and professional goals. Hampden-Sydney faculty offer their own programs each summer. We regularly have a German immersion program, a Spanish immersion program on offer, and then others from other departments as people are interested that particular year. We also participate in the Virginia program at Oxford, which is a tutorial style program for English and history each summer as well. We're one of the largest contributors to that program. And then I work with students on an individual basis from the thousands of other opportunities provided by other institutions for a summer program. So my job really is to help you find the best fit programs for what you want academically, professionally, and personally. So one big question always, of course, particularly for parents, is what is the cost of studying abroad or studying away on a US-based program? For semester programs, you're going to be paying just about what you would to be here on campus if you're living in a double room and have the full meal plan. So semester really is the best bang for your buck. You get to go at least 3 or 4 months and have a really long time in your location and immerse yourself. Summer programs, they are more flexible, but they're in addition to whatever you pay during the academic year. Most programs run between $5,800, $8,000. It depends on where you're going, how long the programs are, how many courses that you're taking. So there are plenty of funding opportunities. Hampden-Sydney has its own, including the Shug Scholarship, $5,000, which we give to 5 students every academic year. We have scholarships available for students studying in a particular country, such as France. We have scholarships for students who are interested in particular disciplines, such as classics. And then we also, of course, have students who apply for national scholarships. And we've had several students over the years receive very prestigious scholarships, such as the Gilman and the Bourne Awards. So we're very excited about that, and I am very happy to help students in any part of the application process as well. So I encourage students to look into that. Do keep in mind that scholarship application deadlines tend to be before program application deadlines. So when is a good time for you to begin planning your abroad or away opportunity? It's never too early. I encourage all of you to meet with your academic advisor when you come to campus in the fall, and I'm very happy to meet with you as soon as your first semester here as well. Typically, I work with students between 4 to 10 months before their program begins to help them narrow down a program and help them prepare before they go. On the other hand, you may already know exactly which program you want to participate in which case it's perfectly fine to apply by our deadlines. So I work with students way in advance and all the way to the, right at the cusp. So please feel comfortable to come in and talk to me. So if you'd like more information, we have a lot more available on our website. You're welcome to call me at the office, so shoot me an email, no problem. Feel free as well to stop by the office when we're open during regular business hours as well. I look forward to working with you. And again, please don't hesitate to contact me. Welcome again to Hampden-Sydney.